Leap Motor, the Chinese EV major, is set to launch EVs in India by end of 2024 in partnership with Stellantis. Now, Stellantis, which owns several brands including Chrysler, Citroën, Fiat and Jeep, is considering locally manufacturing affordable electric vehicles at its facility in Trivallur in Tamil Nadu. Now, this will be the third Chinese brand to enter India's EV market following MG Motors and BYD. Both brands, remember, formed a global joint venture, Leapmotor International BV, a 51-49 JV run by Stellantis, which will pave way, Karthik, for Leap Motor to actually enter India with, given all that tariff barriers that we have for Chinese and of course regulatory barriers that we have for Chinese players to enter Indian EV market.
Yeah, sure. So, while the tariff story is absolutely interesting and one to watch very closely, Leap Motor up until now has actually been a very, very domesticated Chinese company, making and selling only in China. Now, I think as part of its overall expansion plans, it went into a joint venture with Stellantis, which is European, and European Stellantis invested 1.5 billion euros into Leap Motor in China and formed this joint venture. Now, in the parent company, Stellantis owns about 21%, but in this Leap Motor International JV, Stellantis is actually the majority stakeholder at 51%, which means that if Leap Motor International were to come to India, it would not be seen as a Chinese company. Right. So, the kind of challenges that MG Motor faced and the kind of challenges that BYD continues to face is something that Leap Motor will be able to avoid when it eventually does decide to come into India. However, the import tariff that India has on fully built cars will be relevant even in the case of Leap Motor. So, it seems that with this JV with Stellantis going and Stellantis already selling, in fact assembling and selling Citroën as well as Jeep out of the 3 plants which are operational in India, including one near Pune and the ones that you mentioned in Tamil Nadu, including the one in Hosur. These 3 plants are likely to be further deployed to actually assemble the Leap Motor electric vehicles here in India and then eventually sell them to India. Now, there are 2 models which Leap Motor wants to actually export out of China, or rather drive out of China, not exactly export, maybe assemble and sell in other countries. India, incidentally, is in the second phase of that expansion.
Which is the end of 2024.
That's right, end of 2024. The first phase looks at European markets, Latin America, as well as some parts of Africa. And then phase 2 is where the company comes into India. 2 models, one low-cost, small 5-door hatchback-ish electric vehicle, as you can call it. And incidentally, a lot of analysts out there say that India's EV revolution, which is going to come on 4 wheels, is actually going to come on hatchbacks and low-cost hatchbacks. So, apart from Tata, there isn't really a small EV maker present in India as yet. So, Leap Motor could come and challenge Tata Motors to that. And the other one is a more high-end luxury, premium, not luxury, a premium, 5-door. Again, a sedan, not really an SUV. So, these are the cars which are likely to eventually come into India.
Completely knockdown units will be
assembled in India if they want to avoid the tariffs, because why would they want to pay the kind of tariffs which are applicable on semi-knockdown as well as fully built vehicles.
And interestingly, from what I was reading, the management of the JV, also Leap Motor JV, also talked about how India's changes in EV tariff barriers, which is primarily for Tesla, is likely to benefit them if they set up a brand new plant.
I read that too. I'm actually at a loss to understand that if the vehicles which Stellantis Leap Motor JV wants to bring to India are going to be priced under $35,000, then will the electric vehicle policy which was tweaked attracting Tesla likely to favor Leap Motor or not? So, and I don't think they would still be willing to pay that 100% duty on imported cars to avail of this and honestly, we haven't even heard of any real additional manufacturing investments coming in from the JV. So, will this policy, the Tesla policy as it was referred to, really going to benefit Leap Motor? I'm at a loss to understand how.
We'll have to wait and watch how, but from what we do know, Leap Motor EVs will be made available to Indians in India by the end of 2024.